Welcome to the Occupational Safety Leadership Podcast, episode number 264. And in today's episode, we're just going to do a little thought exercise on a strategy that's really worked good for me. Quite possibly, it's something that you can use um, when talking to employees. Do everything you can to listen more than you can speak. Many times, employees are trying to explain what the hazard is, what the issue is, and not that they're not in a talking to you, not that they're in a open forum, but I do see where people they're not dismissing what the person is saying, but there are so many words that follow after about, well, that's a good idea, but, and all the other things that it, not that it discounts what the employee is saying, because obviously you ask for their input. Now the employee is given the input. So I want folks to do what they can to listen more than you speak. So sometimes this could be hard at times because sometimes the person would like to have an answer, and so do everything you can to listen more than you can speak. So they are expressing concerns. They'd like to follow when things done. Ask for their input too. You know, when people bring a solution to the table, do everything you can to use their solution. Now, if they bring a solution that's not feasible, they bring a solution that somehow is just not reasonable. That's a different story. But I'd like folks to think about the key is to solve the hazard. The key is not to solve the hazard as you see fit. The key is to solve the hazard. So employees have a lot of insight. They bring a lot of fantastic ideas to the table. Um, and sometimes, of course, these ideas are not as polished as we would like. They don't seem, sometimes when they show up, they don't use the same kind of language that's common to us as safety people. And that's okay because the key is we want them to have the leadership. In an ideal world, we want them to take the initiative to get this done. Yeah, I'd like to say that people don't wait for me to get something done. Sometimes they lack confidence, and what they're trying to do is this a good plan? How can I move forward? Maybe what they need is almost like my blessing to have some money, to have something fixed, to do something. But they bring a lot of great ideas to the table. Listen and use their ideas as much as you possibly can because let's face it, everybody wants their idea to be the one that's going to fix that problem. As safety professionals, we have a lot to do. So if we can use the employee's plan, not only is that a win for the employee because we want them to have buy-in, it's going to be a win for us because we're creating a culture where they take charge. They get things done when they see a hazard, and they're not waiting around for somebody who maybe you're tackling multiple plants. It takes you time to even travel from point A to point B. Well, now that you're there, just take care of the hazard as you find it, as you see fit, and all that stuff. Don't wait on somebody else then. So let's go ahead and wrap up today's episode. So the strategy that works really good for me is to listen more than I speak. When I sit down and I talk to folks, I try to do everything I can to not say things like, but what about this? I'll say, now sometimes they'll say it in a way because we all speak our own acronyms and slang that maybe they're using words that's common to them and I don't understand. So I have to ask for follow on words, some clarification, help me to understand this. But do everything you can to listen more than you can speak. And after you've heard this, of course, do everything you can to use the employee's plan. Doesn't mean it's 100% awesome and great and all that kind of stuff. Then there might be some fine tuning, but everything that you can do to use their plan, that creates a culture where they have buy-in, and it's not a safety guy says I must do the following things, or because the safety guy didn't say fix it, it doesn't get done. So, all right, thank you for joining me today. My name is Dr. David Ayers. Thank you, and have a safe day.